College is more than a place. It's a journey. Welcome to the Two Night Show, where we explore the moments and ideas that shape us and the impact we make through conversations with Green Knights and other inspiring voices. Garrett Thorn studied science education. Now he's a recording artist in Nashville. In this episode, he shares how he made the leap from labs to lyrics, the science behind a creative career, and why following an unexpected path might be the best decision you ever make. Garrett, thank you so much for joining us all the way from Nashville. You are here in town, and you're a Nashville recording artist, but you also are a St. Norbert alum. Let's talk about where you grew up and then kind of what led you to St. Norbert.
Okay. Yeah, it's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yes.
I grew up in a very small town in northern Wisconsin called Sugar Camp, Wisconsin. It's very small. It's like you could pass through it without hitting a stoplight.
Literally don't blink.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And loved it. Super rural, and the nature is like very beautiful up there. And I had a solid, successful basketball career at Three Lakes, which then I got recruited from St. Norbert and a couple other schools, and I just really liked the coaching staff and the culture at St. Norbert. And then obviously was looking to go into education, and they had one of the best education programs in the state at the time. So I was like, this is this is all working out. This feels right.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So what drew you then to music? Because some people might think, I was thinking before I knew, you were going down to Nashville, like, how did you get involved with music? And then you went from education to Nashville.
So music in itself, I definitely have to credit to my mom. I wanted to quit music as a kid. I started at like 6 years old playing piano.
Okay.
And then I was...
Which is hard. Piano's so hard.
Oh, it sucks at that age. You're like, you're coming home and rehearsing, and nothing is fun to play yet because it's all very elementary at the time.
Uh-huh.
And I got into guitar around the age of 12. So I started playing sax and guitar then. And I wanted to quit piano lessons, and my mom was like, well, if you quit piano, you have to quit basketball. That's the deal. She's like, I'm not raising just a house full of jocks. She's like, you have to be well-rounded. So I was like, oh, okay, fine. And I loved basketball so much. So basketball and music are super linked for me, even to this day. Then I got into saxophone, and as I was coming down here, I was enrolled to play in some of the jazz, maybe the jazz band.
Yeah.
And as I was coming down, I had to get my saxophone fixed up at this music shop up north. And this particular shop was fixing the instruments and selling them to other people. And so then there was this big insurance claim. I never got the horn back.
Oh, no.
And
so someone's walking around with your original instrument. Oh, wow. Okay.
Just out there. So if you got it from, I don't even remember what the name of the store was now. But so if you have that horn, though.
He wants it back.
Yeah, talk to me, please. And so I was enrolled in jazz classes and didn't have a horn. And so then there were so many instruments this happened to that I only got an insurance check that was like a third of the price of the horn. So I couldn't really do it. And then when I got to Norbs, that's when I got more into the singer-songwriter thing because I just loved music. At that point in time, I'd come back around to love it. And started like gigging out here.
Cool. Very cool. All right. So you went to St. Norbert and you graduated in 2014. How did you what was the road to Nashville?
When I was here, I started playing at a couple of the bars in the main strip here. So, and during basketball season, it's very demanding from like a schedule. I played basketball here too. The program just ran a tight ship. So I didn't really play during the season. But then after the season was done, it'd be like March through the end of the school year. I would just play some solo acoustic gigs on the strip, and friends would come and watch and hang, and it started kind of like growing, and it was fun. And then I went to a music festival. I think it might have been at like Country, Country USA?
Oh, yes, back when Country USA was a thing. Mm-hmm. Yes.
And so I was at that with a bunch of Norb's friends, and I was just playing around the fire, and somebody was like, you should think about going to Nashville. And I was like, huh, okay. And then I applied for a bunch of teaching jobs down in Nashville, and didn't get any of the teaching jobs and still went. And so then I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just going to try to make it a year or two. And now it's been 10 years. So.
And it's your home.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I love it there now.
How often do you make it back up here?
Oh, I love coming back up. I try to come every summer because first off, it's just so hot down south.
Yeah.
So the summers up here are beautiful. And I just have a bunch of connections to gigs and people who enjoy my music in Fox Valley area and up north where I'm from too. So the summers is just one of the best places to play is Wisconsin.
I love how much your friends from St. Norbert, they have followed you around for so many years, and they, whether you're playing here or playing in Nashville, like they always find their way back to you. Mm-hmm. That's so special.
Oh, it's the best. Yeah, it really is. Communio.
Yeah, communio. Exactly. So what is something a lot of people might think, okay, Nashville, country music, bachelorette parties, like that's kind of like the stereotypical thing. But you've been there for 10 years. What is something that people might kind of be caught off guard about Nashville?
Oh, yeah. Interesting. It is that. It's definitely the bachelorette capital of the world, pretty much. And yeah, the honky tonks and all of the stereotypes, are definitely true. One thing that surprised me from the musical aspect is when I was going down there, I was expecting it to be like the transition that I had from like high school to college related to like basketball, where it's like you might be like the big fish in a small pond at your high school, and you get to college and it's everybody's taking it seriously and everybody was the big fish in the small pond. Which then rose everyone's talent level and effort level, I think.
Sure.
And a lot of the musicians, this might be a musician thing as well, but they coast more than I expected. And I was expecting everyone to be like, we're rehearsing all the time, we're going to be practicing a lot, and it isn't that way. So then because of that, it's almost hard to like instill culture in other people. It took me a really long time to find people who like had a good work ethic and they were like willing to just like hit it hard. So on the musician side, I think that was a very surprising piece for me.
Yeah, absolutely. How you were telling me a little bit about this before, but there's a big correlation between music and basketball and offense. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. Okay. My band is going to see this and they're going to laugh because I talk about it all the time. But my band is 5 people. Basketball's played with 5 people. And every element in the band is very role specific. So like you're a drummer, you're in control of the rhythm and you're not messing with anything in the melodic area. A bassist is like the link between the melody and the rhythm. And then so anyways, there's a specific role for every person in a band, and there's a specific role for everybody on a basketball court. Like, usually the center isn't bringing up the basketball, the point guard is. And we model everything that we do off of the motion offense, which is what we ran here, where it's read and react. So you have to know your teammates' strengths, and you don't script it all the time. So, like, if you came and saw us last night at Mile of Music, tonight you would come to see us and there would be many things that are different about it. And part of it is because we're improvising a lot on the spot. We have enough of the structure in place and to put in the work so that we are able to improvise on the fly. And that's like, my whole philosophy about music is like, we just have to do it that way because it's the most unguardable way to
Look
play
at that.
music.
Awesome. Shout out to Gary Gresh and the team for helping you to get that going for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah. It's so funny. It's just like hilarious how often it just like pokes its head into everything I do.
That's so funny. So you laid out the different roles. Now let's focus on you a little bit. I know you probably don't want to, but would you consider yourself more of a songwriter, more of like focusing on your performance, more on a producer side? Is it all one? Can you give us some insight on that? Yeah,
it definitely all touches. I would say my role is the songwriter for sure. And the songwriter is, I think it's a little self-explanatory, but like I create the structure for us to improvise upon. I view myself as like not necessarily like the best player or the best singer even. Like I just like I can come up with the structure, and then I try to use my own skill set within that structure to the best of my ability, and then I bring that structure to the band so that they're able to be like, this part isn't where we could use it, this could be better, or this is really great, let's run with this thing. So to make an analogy, I like bring a sketch, like a sonic sketch to the band, and then the group as a whole, we paint the whole picture together, and add like 3 dimensions to the painting of the sonic painting.
Cool.
If that makes sense.
Yes. I bet all the artists listening to this are like, oh, he's speaking our language.
yeah. It's so an analytic, or it's such an analogy thing too.
For
That's
sure.
the songwriter in me.
So when it comes to staying inspired and staying creative, do you ever find yourself maybe having a writer's block? How do you continuously keep yourself going?
Oh yeah, all the time. So I'm getting ready. We're releasing the second album right now, and after the first album, I was like, I don't know if I can do this again. Like it's like I had all my ideas, and now I have no ideas. One thing that helps me a lot is I got into this book called The Artist's Way, by the author Julia Cameron. So if any creatives out there, I would highly recommend it. And she implements just like a couple different processes that you stick to. So I journal 3 pages every morning as soon as I get up. When I'm still in like that dream state, I'm like groggy. Mm-hmm. I set my coffee for the night before, wake up like an hour before my wife, and I go down and journal. And then once a week, you're supposed to take yourself on an artist date.
Oh.
Yeah, so you like take yourself out. Like I love film, so I go to movies by myself, or I'll go on like a walk at a park by myself and just think about stuff. And even if it's like 20 minutes, but we just don't, as adults, we just don't make time for ourselves very often.
Yep. Especially when you get into the roles of your career and everything.
Yeah, family and career, and it doesn't need to be much, because like an idea can take 5 minutes.
Sure.
Like, and if you just make the space for the idea, it happens. But as soon as I get busy, those things start falling by the wayside. Like I haven't journaled since I've been up here, because we've been on tour, so.
Maybe you should take a walk around campus and then journal.
Oh yeah, probably come up with 2 songs or something.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get up, do that for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else that you do to keep yourself going, to, is outside influences when it comes to your band?
Yeah. Part of it is I think the team thing as well, like that.
Yeah.
It is my role to bring those in. And so, like if I don't bring in new songs, it just gets stale, really. And the band wants to keep working, and everyone has to keep doing life as well. So, that's a part of it. And I would say, like in Nashville, there's like almost like this little undercurrent of, like slight amount of fear that you're like, I have to keep working, or something else is gonna pass you up, really.
Yeah. Yeah, it's competitive.
It is, yeah. So it's like a healthy type of competition within it that kind of keeps you, or keeps me at least, wanting to evolve the songwriting and to get more of a catalog done and things like that. So if I get another album or 2 done, I don't know if I'll feel the same way, but right now that's how I feel.
Okay, let's talk about that album. So this is not your first album that you're releasing. When was the first album released?
The first album, it was called Apollo. That was released in 2023. So we wrote it in 2022.
That's a quick turnaround to be releasing another one.
It's very quick, yeah. I had some of the songs. I was finishing up a couple songs that didn't fit on Apollo, and so those were like the stems of this latest album. And the new one, we have a working title, but right now we're calling it Greenhouse.
Okay.
And
fitting.
Yeah,
very fitting.
So fitting. Yeah, I'm a huge plant fan, and then the Norb's connection with the green and Packers and all. Wisconsin's very green in general. So, yeah. So that is we have 8 songs done on that. I'd like to get a couple more, maybe 9 or 10, and then that'll be coming out. Hopefully this winter is when we'll start releasing the music.
Okay. And so everyone stays tuned and listens to the rest of the episode. We are going to have Garrett sing a song here coming up. Mm-hmm. So stay listening. Let's get back to the band aspect. You're a part of a couple bands, right? You said.
Uh-huh.
So let's talk about all of those different bands and how they keep you going and they help you be like an all-around artist.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Nice. Yeah. Good question.
Thank you.
I have my original band
Okay.
that's in Nashville, that's who I'm up here with right now. That's the basketball correlated one where my singer-songwriter role.
Okay.
I also play, my brother is an artist. He's a folk artist in Duluth, Minnesota. And then my cousin is kind of like a hard rock artist. And they had a giant following in like the Eau Claire area. We have a family band that I jump in and play with.
That's so cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. We all learned how to sing harmony together. So we've been playing together for like 25 years, 20 years. Like when we were like little kids. Mm-hmm. It's like how we learned how to play instruments was just with each other. And so we play. That band plays a lot of private parties or corporate events or like weddings for people we know or for family friends or just even people that have seen us at another event where they are interested in. They're like, "Oh, we loved what you guys did." That's really fun because it's a project that all of us, because we have our own artistry, we don't take that as seriously. Mm-hmm. So then it's like we just make it so fun.
Yeah.
And that bleeds into the original project for me, at least, because it's like, oh, these fun songs. That's why people come out to hear music, to forget about their regular life and to have fun. And so it doesn't always have to be so serious. And sometimes a high energy fun song is like what you want when you get off of work on a Friday, you know? So that's a good one. And then I'm also in a couple projects down in Nashville where I am the sixth man off the bench. I'm a role player where I just sing harmonies and back up people's or play guitar for them. And that's really good too, because it keeps keeps my perspective fresh on what it's like to be an adjacent role to a songwriter.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember you were playing at Plank Road a few years ago when you were singing with a female artist. And there were some big names mentioned when you guys were, between songs. You were talking about the history that you guys have singing together and what she's done, what you've done. Mm-hmm. Can you talk a little bit about like how you've had some ties with some big names?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's Nashville in itself is like, you're one or two people removed from like all of the people we listen to on the radio. So yeah, a couple years ago I opened for Blackberry Smoke. Do you know them?
I don't think so, but I'm sure they're huge.
They're big. They're like a festival band. They're like kind of like a Leonard Skinner, a new Leonard Skinner. Really good band. Check them out if you don't know. We opened for them, and it's all just because like some of the gigs are just the ones you don't want to do. Then sometimes you do a bunch of those, and then all of a sudden a really cool opportunity reaches out, and then you're like opening for, like I opened for John Pardi.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm, yeah, right before him, and it was nuts. Yeah.
Oh my word, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's so
cool. We played the
the
Hodag Country Festival, and we were right before him, and it was like
Hodag is up from. It's near where you're from, where you grew up.
Exactly.
Just so people that a little background on that.
It's a music festival in Rhinelander.
That's so special.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then it's like this sea of people who are there to see John Pardi, and then you cross-pollinate, so then they get to see you.
Yes.
And yeah, and then like a lot of my friends, I mean, they've people have played with like the Killers. The violin player in my group, she was on a world tour with none of us will know this unless you listen to Indian music, but this artist called Airjeet Singh. He has like more monthly listeners than Taylor Swift. He's like but he's like is a huge in India, and India has like 1 billion people. Mm-hmm. So it's like if you make it big within a country that has 1 billion people, you're doing well.
Absolutely. Wow.
Yeah. So it's
cool.
Yeah. So circling back to your question, there's just a lot of my friends, we kind of all participate in the scene in that same way, and it's like another basketball analogy for me is like survive in advance. Like you just got to make it another year and survive more people that move home or quit the music industry. It's like the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, that's exhausting.
Oh, it's fun though. It is exhausting, but it's like I have a good time with it because it's like it just scratches that basketball itch for me where I'm like, how can we outsmart what other people are doing?
Yes.
Or, yeah,
that's a good PR tactic too.
Yeah, just getting excited and outsmarting others.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's fun. It's like it it doesn't have to be that serious and like
Yeah.
war oriented.
Right.
It's more of like let's just do our best and see
Exactly.
what is that, you know?
Yeah, that's all you can do really with anything in life, right? Like it's too short to take things too seriously.
Yeah, right. There's that mix of like you don't want to take it seriously, but you also kind of want to like, yeah, do your best and like actually give it your all. And those things are like a yin and yang. Like if those are in a good marriage together within you, you're doing well.
Absolutely. Talking about your identity as an artist, you have a pretty cool logo. Can you talk about like the inspiration behind that, the meaning behind it?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I'm glad you like it.
I do,
yeah.
yes.
Did you just see it on social media?
I saw it on your website.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Your website is?
GarrettThornmusic.com. Yeah, you can go on there, get buy an album. This is a good pitch. I say this at all my shows, but if you buy an album, I don't know what it is, $35, but it pays artists the same as 10,000 streams. So like streaming is just, if you really are into somebody, it's a great way to like listen to it. It's a very portable way to listen to music. But if you really are into somebody, I would highly recommend just going and buying something from their website because it's just the way.
Yeah.
The logo, I reached out to a friend who's a graphic designer, and he called me and asked me a bunch of questions about what I wanted, and I didn't really have a vision. I told him a bunch of things that I was interested in.
Yeah.
So with music, there's a lot of math in music, and it's like music theory is very mathy, and I could go into it, but it would. That's not the point of this, so I'm not going to bore everyone.
Okay.
But because of that, I got into just different philosophies, and one of those philosophies is called sacred geometry. Are you familiar with that?
Nope.
In short, in a nutshell, it's kind of like there's a lot of common numbers that happen within time itself. Music is measured in time. And so there's like 12 months in a year. And then there's certain mathematical ratios that are within one calendar year. And then with those ratios are the same, but higher up on a grander scale on a 25,000 year cycle. So that's the science nerd in me. And I told him that, and he looked into what that sacred geometry field represents. And then he took my last name, Thorn, and he applied some of those mathematical principles to all these circles to make a rose logo. And he sent it to me, and I was like, this is awesome. I was like, I can't believe this. And that, it's like, I love being able to remove my name from something and having the logo and the symbol be like so unique and like have an identity in itself that it could represent my name and that type of a thing.
That is really neat.
Cool. Yeah.
That is really neat.
He nailed it. I that was definitely like a universe thing. Like I just sent it at him, and then he looked into it and took I didn't ask him to put like the rose or the thorn aspect of it.
Yeah.
And it worked out perfectly.
It has every single meaning behind it that you stand for.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. That's really cool. We are going to circle back to your new album.
Okay.
Are there any standout tracks that people should be ready to hear? Besides the whole thing, obviously, but.
Yeah. Thank you. One of the songs that we've been opening with now is a new one on the album, and it's called The Devil Needs a Friend. And it's based off of, like I was an education major here, so we did a bunch of psychology. And I got really into Carl Jung. So it's a Jungian philosophy that like you have a shadow self. And I think like that's a common term in society. But it's like your bad habits and all of the things that you might do in college that you don't do once you're out of college, or just like just the parts of you that you're like, I just wish these things were a little different about me. Carl Jung has this idea that you invite that side of yourself in for tea. Oh. And you hang out with them and you get to know that rather than suppress it and reject it. And that by actually understanding that side of you, you have a healthier relationship and it comes out in your life more. So that song is like a play on words with that side of it. So like The Devil Needs a Friend is like kind of like references either bad habits within myself or within like my family lineage that I was like, I need to just start inviting this part in for tea and getting to know it.
Yes, that sounds very healthy, actually.
Thank you. Yeah, it took me a lot of unhealthy moments to get to that point, though.
It's okay. That's life.
Yeah, it is.
Garrett, you spent 4 years here at St. Norbert. How would you say that your S&C background and your time here has shaped you as an artist? I know we were talking a little bit before this. It's a pretty in-depth question, and you had a pretty in-depth answer, but can you summarize that in any way?
Yeah. So I loved being here. And like even when I come back on campus now, it's just such a good feeling. First off, it's like beautiful. The campus itself has like an art to it, which is like so inspiring to be around, because there's campuses around the country that are like just bland. Like it's like a boiled chicken breast with no seasoning on it. And you're like, why am I here right now?
And we're the whole Thanksgiving meal.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, the buildings are beautiful. The people are beautiful. Like the landscaping is beautiful. Yes. So yeah, the something that I thought was interesting when I left the Midwest is the work ethic is not quite the same. Like when I was here, you're just surrounded by people who are like aiming at doing a great job and aiming to be like excellent, whether that's like in the classroom in their major or on their particular like sport discipline, or even in the like artistic disciplines too. You're around a bunch of people who really want to do a great job at whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
And that's to me, that's like a tip of the cap to the Midwest work ethic. I think people really value that here. And then you mix that with the liberal arts spine that is here, and it is like this perfect blend of valuing art and valuing well-roundedness and balance with a Midwest work ethic. And it just is, it really shapes a lot of the things that I do and even the way that I look at the world, because if you only have work ethic without the well-roundedness and the artistic spine, it's just a little bit, everything is a 90-degree angle and everything is a squared off. There's no curve or beauty to anything that we're doing. And if you only focus on the arts, I think we can tend, this is me as somebody who's a creative, but we can tend to live in our heads and be in the clouds.
Sure.
And be just dreaming all the time and never be rooted down into something that requires work ethic. So like being here and in Green Bay, which is, or De Pere, but the Green Bay area, where people value and pride themselves on work and doing a great job and making things awesome, but then being influenced by that artistic side and the psychology and the philosophies and like just like the more of the humanities that come with a liberal arts school. It is just such an awesome blend of becoming well-rounded and also like not afraid to get your nose into something or get your hands dirty and get it done.
Exactly. You're challenged, but in St. Norbert, a liberal arts degree, overall, it just challenges you to have that beautiful balance and to carry that on with anything you do in this world. We hear that from so many alumni. But thank you for giving that perspective.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, because you don't want to be a one-dimensional person, right. Really. So like having the mix of those two things is just such a unique part of being here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, like, thanks to Norbs for doing that and like also keeping the culture up here. I think it's great.
Absolutely. Let's get to know you a little bit better in our lightning round. So we'll have a minute.
Lightning round.
Sometimes people go over the minute, and that's fine, but we try to stick to the minute.
Not in basketball.
Okay, all right.
Doesn't count.
The last 2 minutes in a basketball game.
Yeah.
How about we have that mindset?
Okay, we're going.
All right, sounds good. Okay, so your go-to study spot when you were at St. Norbert?
I did a lot of time here in the library, but I also went to the Reflection Lounge, I think, at the campus center.
Yep.
I was there all the time.
Great spot right on the river. Mm-hmm. Okay, you already talked about your first instrument, so I'm going to change the question. Your most inspirational artist that you look up to?
Right now, who's alive is Hozier.
Yeah.
Well, I guess actually no, it's Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney from the Beatles.
Okay,
for sure.
Overall.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Got it. Your dream collaboration?
That one I'll take Hozier.
Okay.
That would be amazing.
Perfect. Your pre-show ritual.
I meditate before every show, and the band has to touch each other. We all have to, not in a weird way, just like we all touch hands, or like have a hug, but we have a physical touch before every show.
Okay, that's great. Your favorite cover song to sing?
Good question. Right now, I would say it's "Use Me" by Bill Withers.
Okay. What was it when you were in college?
I did a lot of country stuff here in college. I would say that would be.
I feel like I've heard you sing Chicken Fried a lot.
Yeah, chicken. Oh, but Chicken Fried. That one's always requested. So now, at the time, it might have been actually because it was a newer song at that time.
Sure.
Yeah. So Chicken Fried when I was in college, but now I'm sick of that one. I'm onto the blues.
Okay, love that. Okay, just an extra question for everybody. You say you have a resume and you're applying for a job. What's something that you would put on that resume that would surprise people?
This actually comes a lot in music within the booking process. I have to build a resume all the time. Oh man. Okay, this isn't necessarily on a resume.
That's
but
okay.
I was a grave digger at growing up. My dad was a town
in Sugar Camp.
Yeah. We dug the graves. So and the town has like 1,000 people. So like most of the people, and I'd be like, oh, so and so died. We got to go dig the grave for him. So that's not necessarily a resume thing, but that's just like a fun fact that like people wouldn't really know about me. For something that would actually help for applying for a job and like at a resume type of thing is I worked at a guitar device company called Brownbox and it was required I would solder and do a lot of like electrical engineering types of things within the device and like help assemble them. It was just like a side job that I had when I was down in Nashville. And yeah, shout out to Brownbox and Amp RX. But yeah, if you're a guitar player, you need one of those things to protect your amp. And so I helped assemble those things in an electrical sciencey way.
That just keeps you a well-rounded artist there.
Yeah, right.
You can make the instruments. You can play the instruments.
Yeah, it comes in. It's the well-rounded experience here.
Cool. That's really cool. The Bible verse that we have for this episode, I feel like is very artist and creative centric.
Cool.
It's Colossians chapter 3, verse 23. It reads, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters." How would you say that is applicable for your life?
There's there's the verse, I think it's like might be the shortest verse in the Bible, but it's like God is love. And I think when you love something, like how I feel about music, you're channeling God and bringing God into the world through your action, which I think is a really, really important thing for whatever you're deciding to do. Like anybody who's coming here, or like if you're an undecided major, people tell you not to go into music or go into any type of profession. But if you have a deep love for it, you're going to work harder, and you're going to be able to do crazier things, like work a 70-hour week, or like drive a van full of stuff across the country to go do the thing that you want to do.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like work then. And it really I view it as a devotion. And it's like something that you're connecting to that, the Holy Spirit really, but like that divine within you to channel it into the physical world, that's kind of what we're here for.
Absolutely. That was so well said. Thank you. That was really good. Okay, so in a little bit, we're going to get to you singing. As we wrap up here, what is your advice for someone who, it could be an incoming student, maybe it's someone who's graduated college, but they have a really creative mindset and they are looking into the career or the path that's not been taken by many people, a non-traditional path. What's your piece of advice for them?
I would say when you're talking with people, including people who are advising you or your parents or anything like that, is nobody really knows what's going on. And so listen to your gut, because, if I would have listened to everybody who was like, maybe you should do this or had a point of view for me, none of what I'm doing right now would have really happened. And like, I view my trajectory is still like hopefully on the come up, but like I go play in Switzerland every year and have toured and opened for big bands, and working on a second album. And really it all kind of came from just trusting my gut. Just because the arts and the creative fields are not as logical for most people. But at Channels, it ties in with that love element too. So like if you love it, just your gut will guide you, and trust the process.
So you said an upward trajectory.
Mm-hmm.
You're releasing a new album.
Mm-hmm.
What is next for Garrett Thorn?
New album coming out called Greenhouse. And we're very excited about it. That's we're finishing that up. That's in mastering right now. So the songs,
what does that mean?
The songs get mixed, which is balancing. You balance all the levels, and certain elements have the ball. Certain elements are in the focus of the song at different points.
Science.
Mixing is very sciencey, yeah. And the art of making a song is good, but the recording is engineering, very much so. The mixing is done, the song is shaped. Mastering, you could view it as like the frosting of a cake. It's like the very thin layer that's like finalizing it, and that gets it to where the volume of the song is the same that you hear on all the streaming platforms, and it also compresses the track a little bit, which means that it just brings everything closer together a little bit, so it's a more uniform version of the song. Okay. Where like I sent you the mixes,
yes.
So when you listen to them, they were probably quiet, and you probably had to crank up the volume. That's because it's a mix. And then when you get the masters, it'll be more. Each frequency will be more rich sounding, and they'll be like you'll listen to it at an appropriate volume in your car. Okay. So I'll send you the masters once I get them, and then
please.
You can A/B it for yourself.
I can't wait to buy the album.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay. So anything else that's up next for you? Touring.
We're at the Mile of Music now. I will be working on doing some booking for next year, but we're trying to get into some festivals, and then at the end of it, I'm an independent artist, which means that we are self-contained right now. So like the bass player on this record, Clark Singleton, he produced it, and our drummer Brandon Barnes, he has like our home recording studio that we do rehearsals and stuff at. So I would like to take this album out, and I take meetings with like record labels and stuff. We're shopping for what's called distribution. So we like to own the music, which is music works like real estate. So a record label, they fund everything, but they own 100% of the equity. So it's like a record label. Some of them are good, but some of them are like the worst mortgage you've ever had. Yeah. Because now they have this thing called a 360 deal. And that's where they fund everything, but they own 360 degrees of the circle. And you don't get any money back until you pay off the loan. So like every time you go out and play a show, they recoup that money, and they put that into your overall debt from making the record.
A mortgage is a good analogy for that.
It's very much like real estate, because it's intellectual property, but it functions the same way. Mm-hmm. What I would like to do with this project is go and network with some of the labels to help with distribution, which is the music's already made and we own 100% of the equity in the masters, but they can help with getting our records into like independent record stores or getting us some radio play. So that's the next mountain I'm going to climb once we get the project done. Very cool.
And we wish you the absolute best. And I know the Norbs Nation Foundation background, like everyone's just going to be supporting you along the way as well. How can people connect with you, stay and follow you? What's the best way to do that?
I would say follow me on social media. For me, for the way that my music works, Instagram and YouTube are some of the platforms that work well. I'm on TikTok, but I kind of just take the material from the other platforms and put it on there. Or you can go to my website, Garrett Thorn Music, and on there I have a link to the streaming platforms, or you can buy something as well. We are trying to pride ourselves on the quality of the stuff that we make, whether that's a hat or a shirt or a record too. So that's a great way to support. So any of those really are helpful. The social media is also as good as gold in today's day and age, because then you can keep up and we can communicate directly with you and let you know what we're doing. Or if you're in Nashville, you can come catch a show, or if we're in the Fox Valley area, which we come to often, you can come catch us too.
Very cool. All right, let's talk about the song you're going to sing for us.
Okay. So this one is I think I'm gonna pivot. I had one that I sent you that I think I'm gonna sing.
Yep.
This one is a new one that I haven't recorded yet.
Oh.
But it's a new one called Oh Love.
Okay.
I was heading out on the road to play a show, and my wife and I got in like a little like not a fight. It was more of like a strong disagreement.
Okay.
A little, just you know how it is. It's
well
like,
said.
Yeah.
Good
yeah.
job.
And I am very sensitive as a human, and
Okay.
and we'll have a disagreement, and she just forgets about it in like a very small amount of time, and so I'm like grumpy, and I'm like, I'm gonna be mad at her forever. I'm like driving, I'm by myself, just driving this like van of stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, how are we ever gonna like get over this? And then she calls me like 2 hours into their car. She's like, hey, how's it going? I was like, oh, what, you're not mad anymore? And she's like, no, I'm good. It was just such a little thing. And I was like, I've been thinking about it nonstop. And so I wrote the song about that. That's just kind of like a tip of the cap to be like how love itself is so weird.
Yeah.
And how it's like you can be so mad at somebody like when you're in a long-term relationship, and it's also still like you hear them talk again, and like you're like, oh gosh, yeah, I just love you, you know?
Yep.
So
yep. That's true love.
Yeah, right, it is. So that's I wrote a song about it, and just I gifted it to her for it might have been our anniversary or like a birthday or something, but like I showed it to I give her songs all the time.
Oh my gosh.
Half of my catalog is love songs or fun songs about the feeling of love.
Oh, cool. Okay, well, let's hear it.
Okay, yeah. I told you I'd be mad at you forever as you laughed across the phone. Your voice is like a gentle bird that sings a song, and it makes me feel at home. Oh, love, it's such a funny, funny thing. Oh, love, oh, love. Lately I've been thinking, talking about how every day I'm here I'd spend it with you. There's no logic in the way I feel that I could reason my way through. Oh, love, such a funny, funny thing. Oh, love, it's such a funny thing. And the story of our hearts go on forever. They'll talk about us when we're dead and gone, long gone. And I promise as we keep on growing old, you'll never be alone. Oh, love, oh, love. I told you I'd be mad at you forever. I just pray forever last. 'Cause every time I get to say your name, I'm such a lucky man. Oh, love, it's such a funny thing. Oh, love,